Thank you for the opportunity. Let me also join my colleagues to greet the following. Let me greet umndeni wa Jo Mabuza, greet umndeni wa Dludlu, umndeni wa Sibuyane. Let me also greet our Premier, who is here with us to support this funeral. Members of Parliament, the National and the Legislature, MECs present here, from KwaZulu-Natal, our friend Kaunda with the delegation from KZN. Free State, our father, Ubabu Kombela. Ubabu Kombela, it's a father to me and Comrade Sasekan. Waspigisa lambia. Waspigisa Usjubamsi. Thank you for your wisdom. Let me also greet Ubaba Umsi, who's the CEO of RTMC. Thank you, Dondo, for coming to this funeral. We feel strong with your presence. Let me greet Amapaikas, who were part and parcel of the living of Umshe. Let me greet the communicators, Labe by part and parcel, Yemita Nemita, Tababa Umabuza, led by Kambule and Ted. Let me greet Abafundis, Bonk. We feel strong when you are here. Let me greet the media fraternity present here. I think you did a wonderful job. I can see why Jo was so loved. Thank you for being part of this funeral. Fellow monarchs, Program Director, Comrade Sasekan, and the MEC of Health, Sanbonan Nong, Dumelang, Aching, good morning, Lochan. I greet you today with a heavy heart, but also happy because in my path I worked and had a privilege of knowing Jo. We all know Jo was passionate about his work, so it's not really strange that he died on duty with his boots on. The weekend that he passed on, we had spent together. We were at a funeral on Saturday. Myself and his brother, Ukingdom. We attended a funeral. Then we proceeded to the border later on that day with General Zuma. The plan was that he would rest on Sunday, as he had indicated that he was so tired, and all of us were supposed to rest on that particular Saturday, because we were told by his office and the office of transport that the busy was going to be on Saturday and that particular Friday. But a journalist on that same Sunday sent him an SMS asking for comments related to the congestion and chaos that was unfolding at the border. You will remember that particular Friday and Saturday was highly chaotic, and it was an interest of the country to know what is going to happen on that particular Sunday. Then they made us to go on work on Sunday, even though we were told that it was not going to be easy to be busy that particular Sunday. But we had to go and work. Without any hesitation, he took his motorbike and rode to the border. I was already at the border. Typical of him, he gently instructed me to conduct an interview with ENCA. He was going to handle SAB interview. I was shocked and uncomfortable when I saw him riding on a motorbike, because I never seen him in a motorbike. Sukela wabangima angaze ngimbona ahamba ngemotorbike, but it was my first time to see him in a motorbike. Jokingly, when I saw him, I came, ngathi kwende njani Jo wahamba ngesitutu. Lendo iyabulalana. But he made me to be comfortable. Wathi Ngomana, ayibulalani lendo uma uhlonipha. And ebantu labasebenzisa umgwaqo uma basihlonipha thina le sihamba ngetikupa. We laughed and we continued with our work. I know and accept that people will come and go, but it is a blow to lose someone who was made in the mark in your life and to many other lives. Honorable Premier, we know that there are officials who are failing this government, but by dragging their feet and hiding behind lame excuses when there are tasks to be done. But Joseph had heeded the Chumamina call. He urgently wanted to be there when it's supposed to be his call to do the work. Without any delay, he decided to use his bike, which would allow him to maneuver through the congested traffic. Uma ngabe wayibona le traffic lebeyikhona eborder on Friday and Saturday, tonke timoto betibuke one direction, bekungasekho imoto leqhamuka ibuke this side. And I want to indicate without any ambiguity ukuthi inkinga letiningi lesinato la eMpumalanga, the accident, majority of them, they come from that particular route, linking our province with Mozambique. And when it comes to holidays, akukho kubambisana kwethu nebantu labasebenzisa umgwaqo, ikakhulu boza kwethu lababuya kulela live laseMozambique. Njengoba ngimile la, we got a report ukuthi an accident took place here in Belfast now, claiming the lives of 2 people, and 13 are seriously injured, all of them in a minibus on their way to Mozambique, all of them. It said, our people, they don't respect that when you get into the route, it's your responsibility to make sure your life is safe and the life of other people who are using the routes must be safe. He did not make excuses. He came forward to save the people of his country. After doing his task diligently and making sure that there was nothing outstanding, we embraced and exchanged some few words, and we left separate that particular day. And about 30 minutes after we parted, his lifeless body was lying on the ground. I was shattered and speechless. I felt like part of me had gone with him. It is during such moments when the temptation to question God creeps in. Why him? It is during such moments when I wanted to know what had happened. I was told that a bakkie had made an unlawful U-turn on the road and collided with Jo and claimed his life. And to my dismay, the driver of the bakkie had fled the scene. Police are still looking for him, and I want to believe we are going to get him, because we now have his name, we have the names of people next to him. I want to believe definitely, even if he's hiding under the water, we are going to get him arrested. We promise you. Fellow monarchs, Joseph Mabuza was not an ordinary official in the department. He was a pace setter who did not require supervision or constant reminder to execute a task allocated to him. In fact, he went out of his way to find more work to do. The establishment of my foundation was his project. I have a foundation which is dealing with education. I was doing that silently. I didn't want anybody to know about that particular piece of work. But when Jo discovered that I'm assisting young ones who are at varsity, who graduated, who silently were thanking me, he approached me and said, we must put together a foundation and make this thing to assist other young people to go to varsity. I was not sure whether what he was saying was going to be possible, but he made it possible. As I'm speaking, I have a foundation of which he was a board member in that particular foundation, and made it possible to be an active foundation, which next year is going to take care of plus minus 6 students to university. But when we established that particular foundation, we said, if you have a child who is at varsity, all these members of the foundation, we are 5. If you happen to die, we are going to take care of your child who is at varsity. Jo is having one who is at varsity. And we promise that we are going to take care of Ntabiseng to continue with her studies. Because of Jo, maybe it was a motivation. He knew, or the instinct told him that one day he's going to leave his children before they complete their studies. Thanks to the ideas of Jo. I also want to indicate the love he showed to the people of this country and the province in particular. He showed that when the 2 Shabane children, one of which was living with albinism, were kidnapped from their family in Salangase, Emalafin, Joseph came to me deeply hurt by this barbaric act. He wanted the department to release a statement condemning those who kidnapped those children. It later transpired that those children were killed by the kidnappers. Again, Joseph persisted that we should comment about that inhuman act. I thought his interest in the matter would end when we learned that suspects were arrested by police. But because Joseph did not want the department to remain silent when there is an injustice, he made it a point that my diary is changed and we go to court to give the affected family support. During our visit to Shabane family home, Joseph indicated that particular home doesn't need support only. We need to change that particular house because they needed a lot of support. If you can have that house before that particular incident and now it's a changed environment. Thanks the initiatives of Jo. His first priority was we should build the wall in that particular house. He then took things further and insisted that we need to fix the roof of the house, fit in new doors, get the kitchen units, do this and that, remove here and there, put in pavement and plaster. All that was done in that particular house just because of Jo. He diligently and with flying colors made it a point that the Shabane family today has a comfortable shelter and their children receive proper and decent burial. Throughout this journey and in all other instances, he never wanted glory for himself, nor did he want special recognition. He remained loyal, humble, and selfless. When he led the team which coined our road safety message, which partly urges road users to close down mortuaries, which has emphasized by Mus. uJo ufaka sithombe sami lapha ufaka abantu labaningi le baphelele emgwaqeni uthi lento lena kumele sithumelele all over. One of us uthi lento le kumele ibe billboard uma ungena eMpumalanga ibe inkulu. He was always coming with initiatives to make sure people they are safe on our roads. Little did we know people who are reckless in Kwate, they are going to end his life. I have doubts that the motorist who recklessly and without observing their mirrors has read that road safety message. Speaking about the media, the one thing I knew about journalists was that they make and destroy you. Of course, I focused on their ability to destroy, and for that reason, I wanted nothing to do with them. But Jo persuaded me and taught me about the role of the media to an extent that I was able to do interview without him. Comrade Sasekan and Comrade Jean. Mina mang figure la public department that I only knew who would say the only person who can comment to media is a spokesperson. Njengoba nisifundisile ku-ANC ukuthi ungakhulumi nemedia ngaphandle kwe-spokesperson lesi representa i-organization. Nama ngifika lapha ngivela ngithi bathi hey sekukhuluma wena la. Ngithi kuna spokesperson Jo wangibikele eceleni. wathi akukho lokho, kunezinto leti singeke sithi communicate thina ukhona wena. But what he instilled in me ukuthi you must be careful when you deal with the media. This must be done. The dons and the do's and the don'ts. Hey, they are one and ngaba discipline. What look outside win, look outside win, look. I lava bekunene angisana ngiyakhona kusho ukuthi hayi lokho angikhoni ngoba sekujampile because of Joe. And I'm going to respect his wisdom up until the day I'm going to die. This was a humble man. Lo beka angesabi ukuthi wrong MEC, but akukhulume kahle lo. Angibitele eceleni athi MEC lokhu wrong uyeke. That was Joe. You could trust him with your life, and he would never betray you. I trusted him with my life, and I must say, he never, not once, betrayed me. I want to share with you, maybe you can laugh if you like, but this is laughable to me. Jo was a Mabuza. My wife is a Shabala. In a way, Jo. And he had a very good relation with my wife. Jo conspired with my wife and organized a surprise bride to celebrate my birthday this year against my wish, despite me making it clear to my wife that I didn't want a birthday party. Their movement told me that they were both up to something not good. To disrupt their plans, I told my wife that I'm going to spend the whole day with my mother in Nkomazi. They all organized and went to Nkomazi to surprise me because they knew Nkomazi. But I didn't go there. They went alone, they surprised themselves there in Nkomazi without me showing up. I told Jo after I arrived on 9 ebusuku eNkomazi ukuthi Jo bantu labato surprise mina basatotala abekho, and uma ni up to something mina ngiyanibona, so you are surprised and mina ngeke ngibe surprised. Little did I know ukuthi the passing on of Jo is going to surprise me. Unsurprisile, and mina bengithi basatotala abantu labato surprise, but Jo is passing on surprised me. I want to leave you with the words of God. Proverbs 1, verse 5 teaches us that a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. Close quotes. Joseph had integrity and excellent work ethics. He was motivated, and those attributes rubbed off in most people who were in contact with him, including myself. I want to leave you with this message today. Take a good look at your friends next to you. Spend most of your time with and ask yourself, are they hardworking, dedicated, motivated, or they are just sitting, complaining, and waiting for someone to do things for them? If so, then cut them off and find your Jo. Find your wise counsel. Mine ngimtholile owami uJo, who is going to live in me up until I die. Mrs. Mabuza, Joseph's children, Mama Jo, to his siblings and members of Mabuza clan, please let us allow him to rest in peace. Let us allow him to go. Joseph was a unifier, and it is up to us, those who still walk in this earth, to close ranks and remain united to honor him. Hamba kahle mshini. Vonga lamavuso. Sohlala sikhumbula njalo. May your beautiful soul rest in peace. Lo Mabuza lo, abamaziyo, abazange bambo.